And since I've been talking a lot about our himbo adventure tonight, I'm also going to throw us on Twitter.
When I saw that post that you had earlier on Twitter, I was like, oh man, this is going to be a great night. Who knows? Tyler's going to be just something else.
Whoops. I posted it without any hashtags, but that's all right. We need to start. So, last time on A Crown of Cold Iron, our party of sometimes heroes is trying to figure out what to do with this group of feline fae called the Kellis Cats, the minions of the Kate Sea, who have been tormenting them off and on, both sort of directly and indirectly. With their interventions rising to the point of a direct ambush in the middle of the street, the party has been seeking resources to basically figure out where they are and what weaknesses they have and various ways to thwart them. One of the strands that they are following up on is an underground fighting ring. And there's been several points of sort of subtle overlap here. Lexi is an old hand of the fighting ring and knows many of the fighters and has competed once or twice. Also, since it seems like this sort of underground environment might have leads on this human trafficking, very literal human trafficking that has been happening in relation to a mission that Oryx's patron has given. So Lexi has gotten in contact with her old service buddy Tyler and has arranged for you all to head to Banner and Nortons. So above ground, Banner and Nortons is... It's actually a little nicer than a dive bar. It's sort of like the dive bar that's got just enough like history and sort of tourist allure that it slightly transcends the genre. Much like Lou's, it's in not one of like the nicest parts of town, but it's sort of a community staple. It's been there a while. Tyler is actually one of the partial owners of Banner and Nortons. And Lexi, you would know this. Nortons, it used to just be Nortons, and it was doing okay. But Tyler picked up a partner, this Banner, who you have not met, and it's been doing very well since then. So you all have a time and a place. Are there any preparations you all would like to make before you head over?
I'm gonna update my will.
Not the worst idea. Anything else?
I don't think so. I mean, Lexi's not going prepared to brawl, but she's also not one to back down. So she's got her, she's got her stretchy pants on just in case she needs to kick some butt.
Or if there's a buffet.
Yep.
All right. So you all load up into Pokey and make your way over to Banner and Nortons. The building is in sort of that older Queensboro style. There's a lot of like heavy, dark stone in sort of the exterior. So you get the impression that you know that Nortons has only been here for a while. So this, like Lou's, was probably an older an older place. Oh, hi, it's a real person. Welcome. It's himbo night here at A Crown of Cold Iron.
All the himbos, all of them.
What you call me?
I didn't say I was talking about you. I've hung out with Tyler's friends before. We go way back.
So you're actually, it's a little surprising. Lexi, you've been here before on a fight night. This isn't one of the nicer places to fight. It's really just like a basement. Like it's probably supposed to be like the cellar, like the storage. And it's been rigged up with like a little, I mean, basically just like they like painted a circle on the floor, and they sell drinks upstairs. People bring them down and then watch people beat each other senseless. But you've been very busy the last, and really for a while, even maybe before all of this craziness intruded in your life. And you've just not had a chance to get out here lately. Tyler keeps wanting to introduce you to this banner and the rest of this crew, and you've just not made it. So it's sort of surprising. You have to look for a parking place. This is one of those older sort of tavern-y setups. There's not a ton of parking, and actually cars are sort of like extending off in multiple directions. This place looks packed.
My VIP parking space has been taken.
It felt VIP because it was right by the door, but it's mostly just that like there were no cars here before.
It's true. I liked to pretend though.
We have to feed the meter.
No, it's late. You don't have to feed the meter after a certain time.
I don't know these things. I'm not from here.
Meter's free on weekends.
I'd also love to interrogate the idea, like, what does Auric think the phrase feed the meter means?
I have never seen one of these meter creatures, but I imagine that if you do not give it regular sustenance, it will eat your car.
That I'm going to write that down.
Auric has not heard the ballad of lovely Rita, meter maid.
So, you managed to find a parking place after a little bit. It is late. Most of the other places are closed. Obviously, this fight club does not kick off till like the crappy fights that like no one wants to watch, where like the kids come and sort of like earn their first bruises. Those start at like 11 o'clock. Yep. Like the real fights are late. So you all are able to find a parking place. It's a pretty thriving crowd up here. And actually, Lexi, it would strike you like this has been renovated. Like, it's not like overboard.
This banner fellow apparently has some cash hanging out.
Everybody make a perception check as you kind of enter the space.
Good luck. 19.
12.
Wow.
I'm a little too dazzled because it's been so long.
Lexi, that was a persuasion.
Oh, did I do a persuasion check?
Yeah.
I just saw a P.
Cyrus got a 19 perception.
All right, I'm going to re-roll that because I have +3. So 13. So you did better.
Colby, you're muted.
Indeed, I am. So with those checks, Lexi, you're sort of caught up in, sort of the professional side. You're looking at like, they went with the such and such bar top and they got these chairs. I almost got those chairs, but I felt like the height differential with the high tops didn't work. And, you're just in like very professional mode. You're analyzing the decor and the furniture and the little touches. which is why it's Auric and Cyrus who notice, there's a lot of rings of seeming in this room. Like, enough that there's almost like the distortions of all of these illusions are almost sort of washing together. And so to humans in the room, it wouldn't be visible. But to you all, it's almost like there's a heat wave, like a mirage effect almost across this room. And you see a lot of Fae. And it's interesting, everyone's kind of mixed in together. It's not like, there's clusters, but they're not exclusively human or Fae clusters. You see like a dwarf, a halfling, and a couple of humans like sharing some drinks together and showing off bruises. And over in a corner, you see two what looks like very muscled elves. You've probably never seen an. This would certainly be disconcerting to Auric. You've probably never seen an elf in a tank top. And then on top of that, these guys are like swole, like, and they're talking to two young human males. Auric, make an insight check.
13.
13. You catch there's something odd there, but you don't quite put your finger on it. But everyone is just very excited, having a good time. And you can see that, and Lexi, you would just know, there is a large staircase that sort of leads down off of a back room. And there is a subtle gravity sort of pulling people in that direction. It's not so obvious that, like, if a stranger came in this room, they would notice right away. But knowing where the stairs down are, you're like, oh, okay, that's where they're headed. So people are getting a couple drinks, maybe getting some, like, potato skins or something, and then heading down. So what do you all want to do?
Feeling a little bit out of place with the abnormally large elves, I cast Minor Illusion to buff up.
All right. You do see a couple of folks like I'll go ahead and say, give me an intimidation check with advantage.
Okay.
I know it's really hard to throw off sorcerers in social situations.
15.
All right. A couple folks kind of like, nobody is like, look at this guy as you come in. And Auric isn't super strong, but Auric's pretty tough for a sorcerer. Just with your draconic background, like, you are naturally a little, those draconic sorcerers a little thick.
Yep.
In the double C sense. All right.
I think Cyrus is scanning the room to see if there's anybody he would recognize, either colleague, somebody he's busted before, or like by reputation, just to see if he could kind of spot any other sources of information of somebody he can talk to in here.
Let's call that an investigation check.
All right. $21.
Very nice.
21. All right. With a 21, you definitely spot a couple of people. Usually not like the culprits of things you've had to deal with, but people who have kind of been where they are right now, like on the periphery of things that are not 100% legal. You spot a couple of folks who were witnesses that you've interviewed. Very few sort of with your own face, thankfully. Or or your own identity, I guess. With that roll, you do spot one of your NBI colleagues trying to sort of like be a fly on the wall off in one of the corners. They're not doing a great job of it. It'd be good enough for humans, but there's an awful lot of people with supernatural senses in this space, and there is very clearly this guy's a cop buffer around him.
Do I have his number?
His cell phone number?
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't have it in your phone just because like you associate with better agents than this. You'd have like a directory you could pull pretty quickly.
Yeah. Okay.
Read it, text, and be like, "Bro, do you even lift?"
Yeah. Basically.
I mean, like it's like the costume is pretty good, but like the vibe is wrong. Like the vibe of this room is like genial misdemeanor. Like, this isn't like no one you clock in this room looks bad per se in the sense of like is malicious or or harmful. That's not the right word. We'll stick with malicious.
Yeah.
This is definitely a room of like a lot of drunken disorderly, a lot of like aggravated assault, causing a disturbance, that kind of crowd. But they seem very good natured. Auric, sort of absorbing this info, you clock. It almost hits you like a smell. Like the smell of a large, sweaty, wild animal.
It's only a little gross.
I mean, it's not overpowering. It's like it'd be like a big dog like running themselves ragged in the yard and then like jumping in your lap, like that kind of smell. And
is it like a big sweaty animal soaked in booze?
There's definitely a lot of booze happening in here.
I start looking around for beer salt.
It's beer salt adjacent. And you can kind of feel like the spirit of Vertisnik in this place. But only in the sense that like he is there wherever things are raucous and drunken. Specifically, this feels like the Wild Fae.
Party time.
The only times you've interacted with them, it's felt a lot like this. In your sort of literally, slightly cold village, both sort of in a literal sense and a sort of metaphorical sense, when Wild Fae came to town, it was massively disruptive. And this feels like that.
Excellent.
All right. Anything else y'all want to do up here?
I mean, I'm glancing around for Tyler, I would imagine.
You don't see Tyler up here.
Okay. Not totally surprised.
The Swole Elves, were they at the bar?
The Swole Elves were sitting at a table in a corner with those two human males.
Okay. Close to the bar or far from the bar?
Close-ish.
I am going to go to that corner of the bar to get a drink.
I was going to say, I'm probably going to go up to the bar to talk to the bartender because I probably know them.
Yeah, Lexi, you absolutely know them. Do you want to throw a name out off the top of your head?
Oh gosh, I need to get a himbo name generator.
I bet it's a thing.
I bet it's a thing too.
The dumb jock name generator.
Here we go.
Yep, I just found it too.
We're gonna call them. We'll call them millennials. Oh, this is like a whole survey. We don't want this.
Oh.
Never mind.
No, I just went random name generator.
Honestly, the name that popped into my head was Todd.
Sure.
I feel like Todd's a very himbo vibe.
Todd would work.
He's not a Chad. We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
No. I mean, and this
Colin
is...
might be another good one to keep in our pockets.
For the most part, this is sort of this is the golden retriever end of the himbo pool. Just very friendly, but also like very big and could be intimidating, except that like, I mean, one, Lexi, you have run in these circles for a long time. And the rest of you in general, like, at least in this room, you don't clock anybody who is going to be a problem. So you head over there. So Auric, as you get closer, go ahead and give me another insight check, this time with advantage. And while he's rolling that, Lexi, what do you want to talk to Todd about?
Honestly, I want to just ask how things are going. It's general small talk, really, is how I'm opening up, and probably ordering my drinks for downstairs or whatever, entertainment, my potato skins.
Oh man. Yeah, that's nat one. So Todd is very much like, Lexi!
Todd!
And, he just immediately goes into like, oh man, I haven't seen you in ever. Things have been crazy here. It's been great. Yeah!
So if you're going to do the Hulk Hogan voice, then you probably need to call him Terry.
And he's just like very excited. Just some things you pick up. They're very excited to be getting stuff from Fickle Spirits again. Todd really likes this banner, whoever this is. Todd has a crush on a woman named Maine, who you've never heard of before. What else? Oh, Todd has been seeing Woody and Caleb at the gym. Not Woody, Craig. Craig and Caleb at the gym.
Craig and Caleb.
He's just like, yeah, man, you see those sick gains on that kid? Yeah.
So beefy.
And what's amazing is he's like doing all this like really ecstatic gesturing, even as he's like, pouring drinks and making drinks. And he just like, he doesn't like slosh drinks when he does that. There's a rhythm to it, which you recognize like Todd is a high quality bartender. Yeah. And he seems to be doing well for himself. There's a lot of Goldmark notes in a big mug up on the counter. You do notice that a lot of them are bloodstained, but there's a lot of them.
A lot of bloody knuckles. So yeah,
so
that's normal.
Your potato skins come out. They are amazing. Auric, as you get over towards that corner, you see the two young human males like flinch and like try to turn away from you. And this time you clock it. Like you noticed last time something was weird. These are two Avelis students.
No.
You can just automatically intuit. They feel guilty seeing you here.
Mr. Darlington, sir.
What do you want to do with that?
I'm gonna make eye contact and just go.
Or you do this. I won't tell if you don't tell.
Because if they recognize me, then they know these muscles are fake.
I don't even think they're like processing that far. You somehow by proxy have tapped into a deep fear of Vela in them. You just sort of vaguely recall, like, these are residential students. There's no way that they're allowed to be here. Like, they're probably like 19. They are underage, and they are out past curfew by a long shot, and in not a great part of town. But you would also know that of anybody, like, Vela would be the most likely to, like, either laugh this off or, like, punish them in some, like, non-lasting way. Like, she wouldn't, like, mess with their academic record. She'd, like, make them jump rope with, like, flame whip or something.
Yep.
And then would just be like,
she'd train them to be better fighters.
Yeah, and then she'd be like, now, when was this and where is this? Because next time you're going to win. I think this is actually like a flash forward. Like, you're seeing how this plays out, like, a day from now. Oh. All right. Anything else upstairs?
I just looked over at Maisie, and she just looked really put out. So it's just.
I am going to call it paranoia, but I'm going to try to covertly take a picture of the two elves that are with the students, since we are trying to track down traffickers. If these students go missing, I would like to have a picture of a suspect.
All right. Make a. Ooh. This is going to be sleight of hand or technology.
Well, it's a +1 either way, so.
All right.
13.
They don't know to be, like, looking for you to do this, so you manage to snap a shot. It's not great. You're like, you're like pretending to, like, check your phone, and then you kind of, like, lean it on your arm and, like, hit it across the top, and it isn't, like, fully stabilized and it's a little out of focus. But you'll remember, like, again, these guys are unusual looking.
Yeah.
It's two male elves. Both of them are, again, the most ripped elves you've ever seen. One has sort of long, dark hair, just kind of all over the place. The other one also has dark hair. They might be related. But the other one has their hair kind of, like, pulled up in, like, a man bun in the back, with sort of, like, shaved sides. Which, that in and of itself is kind of an unusual style for Fae. But you're not as familiar with Wild Fae, so. All right. Anything else?
Well, since I was heading to the bar, I'm just going to get a Jaeger bomb to head downstairs.
Jaeger bombs.
Trying to get as bro as possible.
Oh, God. Bro.
Todd is like, Lexi, is this your bro?
Yeah, it's my bro.
Any bro of Lexi's is a bro of mine. Yeah.
It's a good thing he's behind the bar, because I was just thinking I would try to chest bump him and go flying.
Oh, yeah. You can feel, like, him,
popping.
like, air chest bumping. Like, there's, like, a solid, 1.5 feet of wood between you. But, like, he reflexively chest bumped. All right. Got your drinks, got your potato skins. Anything else?
I was gonna say, anybody else want snacks for the road? Back for the road, to go downstairs with? Just put it on my tab, Todd.
All right. So, you all make your way. It's very cleverly laid out. There's a sort of hallway that runs along the entire back of this place that connects, like, the kitchen, the bathrooms, like some storage rooms, and then there's a stairwell down in one of those rooms, which is a really nice design, because when you head back to go down, it looks like you're just heading to the bathroom. So you all walk past the bathrooms. There's a this is one of the, not the first thing that's odd, but it's odd. The big burly guy, like sort of standing in front of the stairwell, is wearing a ring of seeming and seems to be like what you would call maybe like half ogre, just like impossibly big, still mostly like human-ish, but just like, I mean, he just looks like slabs of muscle, just chonked on. All the Ring of Seeming is really doing is like scaling him down like 30%, which still leaves him like a huge dude. And he sees you all come up, and you actually, I think Auric would notice this. He has a mark that actually looks a lot like Vela's. It's only on one eye, but as you come forward, it kind of, there's almost like a blue, like Neo over his eye, and he sort of sees this this magic rolling off of you all, and kind of squints for a second and says, "So you must be Lexi and crew, right?"
Yes.
Oh, well, all right this way, Miss Farino.
Thank you.
And he sort of swings the door open, stands back. You see a spiral staircase descending down. And that puts you downstairs. Let me know if you all can.
See a lot of black.
See a lot. Mandy.
Is Haven.
Dear.
And I don't. Okay. So your tokens from your journal, put them onto the map.
Did I do it? I think I did.
I'm also trying to give a cat treats.
I see.
Yeah. Now I see some things. Yeah, you're all done, Neil. It's all gone. Let's see here. Oh, yes, I see.
I can't ever find my tokens. I don't know why they.
Yeah. Thank you. No, baby.
Okay. So Cyrus, can you see now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. As you all come down the stairs, you notice two things. One, Auric, that sort of Wild Fae just ambiance is much stronger. And actually the rest of you are catching it now. Like, there is definitely a combination of like, I mean, definitely like humanoid sweat, but also that sort of touch of animal foresty smell, which at least Lexi, you would sort of recognize the difference. It smells different, which is odd. You also feel, all three of you, a weird, tingling isn't quite the right word, but sort of an intangible something pressing on your awareness. And you enter a space that is impossible. Lexi, I assume you would have told them what this used to look like?
Yes.
It does not look like that anymore. This space looks like it would fit in like a 2 or 3 story warehouse. You see a slightly raised central platform. It's only like 2 or 3 feet up. And then these like high scaffolds that these platforms have been built across that are about 15 feet up. And there's 4 of them across the room. There's low benches in the front for people who are sitting. But almost everyone is like on their feet, cheering and yelling. And in the center, we'll drop some folks in. You see a halfling woman, only about like 3.5 feet tall. But again, freaking ripped. And there is like a faint aura of like spectral figures around her as she just charges forward and bam, punches this human woman, who actually like gets her hands up, turns with the blow, and makes this really low punch. You can tell that like she's gotten used to fighting people of unusual heights, apparently. People are cheering. So let's go ahead and make a perception check and see what you all pick out as you look around the room.
$15.
8.
4.
Auric is just completely thrown by this.
So, what you're able to catch between those 3 is not as much as I expected.
I think I found the bathroom, but it's just the wall.
So we'll say, Cyrus, you catch some of the obvious stuff. 4 platforms, several sets of stairs on each one, big fighting area in the middle. There's sort of a cage around it. You also clock that there is what appears to be a secondary bar in one of the corners. With a... It looks like the bartender down here maybe also fights a little bit. And is like standing behind the bar. It's a human man like dressing some wounds. Just sort of standing there shirtless. You also spot the only other door down here seems to lead off past what looks like betting tables. And sitting at that table appears to be emphasis on appears to be a young Fae woman of sort of an elvish vibe. You know enough now to know, like, who knows how old this person is. But that's the impression they give. Lexi, what you catch...
Which corner of that?
That is going to be the northeast corner. I'll situate her a little better to the table. So Lexi, you're able to kind of parse out a little bit better what's happening. It seems like there is a VIP section with some couches. And they're surprisingly nice couches. That's on like the far eastern side of the room. You also notice, especially as this fight drags on, there's something weird. When you used to come here, this was humans fighting humans. And that was basically it. Really, the last time we were in here a lot, like, there still weren't a lot of Fae in the city. And the ones that were sort of keeping a distance from a lot of the humans. This is a very mixed crowd. Make a... I won't make you make a check. You almost have... I can't remember what it's called. You know when people drive at night and like street lights and things have sort of halos and like refract lights in weird ways?
Yes.
You're sort of seeing that as you look around this room. There's a weird scattering of light that doesn't correlate in a way that makes sense. Do y'all want to head more into the room?
Yeah.
With my abysmal perception score, all I see is the fight, and so I start yelling, "Yeah, kick her ass!" I don't know which one I'm cheering for.
I put my hand over Oric's mouth.
As you get close, you hear, "Lexi!" And you catch Tyler up on the VIP platform. And Tyler steps about 10 feet forward, gets to the edge of the platform, plants a foot on the rail, and just whoosh, jumps like 30 feet with seemingly no ill effect.
All right, then.
He runs up and what kind of greeting do you think Tyler and Lexi would share?
No, I was thinking, especially with that energy, that he would be one to like pick me up and swing me around. I think I pick him up and swing him around. That like he leaps into my arms with that like zooming. Like I catch him. Now, granted, I'm used to him leaping into my arms.
Yeah, you fully dirty dancing. Dirty dancing. Yeah, you catch and like give him a spin. And this time, Cyrus and Oryx see it. When they collide and she sort of spins him, there is like a scattering of light that is visible in the air. And
is
Tyler,
it amber?
in this case, it's actually there's not even much of a color to it. It's almost just like fragments of light.
Okay.
And I think that as soon as you let him down, Tyler also gives you like the Predator handshake.
Yeah.
Like the clasp forearm, like, it's good to see you. I'm so glad you came. This is going to be great. We have some freaking awesome fighters here tonight. This is going to rule.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Tyler says, so you came all the way out here. You're going to fight, right?
I wasn't planning to.
Oh, come on. This is going to be great. We got two or three like awesome fights into the night. We we set them aside because we don't want to like, intimidate the newbies. They're like like a little bit showcase, a little bit exhibition. It's going to be awesome. And he points over, and there's you see two folks that you don't really recognize. And you spot Leon, whose token I forgot to drop.
Leon.
Oh no.
Yeah, Leon's chilling up there too. He's like, my man Leon is here. He's gonna fight. And those two guys are freaking crazy. They're awesome. And you see, actually, I guess there's 3 of them. I won't drop one of the tokens yet. There's 3 human men sitting up there. One guy seems to have like, you're pretty far back. One guy's wearing like sunglasses inside, which is a weird vibe. One of them is like, it's the most man spreading you've ever seen. Like somehow his body is like, you know how it's all like 5-foot squares? He is like fully occupying like a 5-foot square on top of this couch.
It's impressive.
And there's another guy sitting kind of like a little hunched, with sort of like shaggy, sort of dirty blonde hair hanging down. And he's like, yeah, it's going to be awesome. This last round, you got to see these guys. This is going to be freaking great. Oh, hold on. I got to introduce you to some people. And he sees that you all already have food and drinks, and so he leads you up towards this platform.
I'm assuming the VIP platform.
Yes.
Okay.
And for simplicity's sake, I'll just group move you.
Sounds good.
Excuse me. I guess I'll shrink Leon a little because he doesn't need to be quite that big. And as you approach, you see Leon is in conversation with this other figure up here. And at first glance, this looks like a big, burly human man. Like if you put like a bear costume head on top, it would look normal. This is just a big, burly, furry man. And his attire is a little strange. Auric, this brings it all together. This is like probably like lower medium rank Fae of the Wild. So he's not like, he would be like a very, very minor lord in one of the other courts, but the Wild, they're a little less.
Really do that.
Yeah. You're strong or you're not, whatever. That's sort of their vibe. And this guy is pretty strong. You'd probably put him, he probably clocks in somewhere between like Bryn and Leon. So pretty powerful. Not the biggest thing you've seen, but he throws his hands out and is like, "Welcome, welcome." His common has a little bit of an accent to it, which I think all 3 of you would spot by now. Would be like a native Sylvan speaker speaking common. He says, Tyler has not been shutting up about you for, well, definitely for the last 24 hours. Honestly, it's been longer than that. And Tyler like punches him in the arm. He's like, shut up.
That's normal.
Everybody make an insight check.
Woo, 8.
I rolled a nat one.
Oh no.
I'm so sad.
Come on, Cyrus, bring the save.
14.
14. All right. You catch it just a little bit. It goes right past the other two. Tyler blushes just a little bit. He's a very tan person. Like he is way more tan than most people in Queensboro because this is not a big tanning town. But what you also clock is there's just a very slight like looking up from one of the men seated on the couches. Tyler recovers and says, "Yeah, so this is Banner. Banner is freaking awesome." And Banner's like, "No, you're awesome," and punches him back on the arm. He says, "Yeah, isn't this is freaking cool, right?"
It has certainly grown. It's so much more than it used to be. I'm impressed.
And Banner says, "Yes, bigger on inside."
I noticed.
And Tyler's like, "Yeah, it kind of weirds me out, but it's cool." And he points down there and he says, "She doesn't let us put her name on the sign, and sometimes she calls us stupid, but that's Maine down there." And he points to the elven woman who seems to be running the sort of betting area.
Okay.
And she just sort of, she just like, and goes back to work. Like, she radiates like anti-himbo energy. She's like doing her job. She's doing it well. She's got things to focus on. This is
Why am I surrounded by these idiots?
Yes. It's a very like emotive hand wave. So what finally convinced you to come out and join us? I've been trying to get you to come for like 3 months.
Well, had some free time and wanted to look into a few things.
What's going on?
All right, somebody help me. My brain is farted out. I can't remember what we're doing.
Cats.
So just to recap you, there's a lot of threads going on right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say my brain, and I just came from a church meeting, so.
Gosh, I wonder what that's like. All right, so to run down the list, the minions of the Kate Sea are causing trouble. Cyrus tracked them to a warehouse. The one that he marked.
Right.
You also know this warehouse seems. What was the connection? This is like the last 10 minutes of last episode that I didn't finish rewatching. Jace tracked the warehouse back to a company associated with Cawthorn Allen, Taryn Smith.
Okay.
Auric has been charged by his patron, Lord Lambton, to investigate human trafficking, quite literally humans being spirited away somewhere by Fae in Queensboro. Lambton is accusing one of his rivals, another unseelie draconic lord, Lord Taurus, of having sent one of his minions here to cause trouble and to facilitate this. The last piece, and one of the things that drew you all here, is that when you talked to Lady Bryn, you discovered a hidden memory that had been sealed with powerful summer magic. And in the memory, you saw a very strange, seemingly human figure who was able to banish the Kate Sea. You put 2 and 2 together and remembered that a similar figure had been described as showing up at some of these fights.
Right. The mysterious dude who was cleaning house.
And not that we shared this with Tyler, but we also tracked a historical portal between Fae and Queensboro to the location of one of those warehouses.
Okay.
So we think not only is the warehouse with the cats, but that may be how they're getting in and out through unofficial channels.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely didn't remember that one, so thank you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there's a lot of plots being sort of threaded together by a lot of different things. So
Yeah.
So with all that in mind, what do you want to ask Tyler or Banner or any of the folks here?
Yeah, I would start with talking to Tyler about this. That, you know,
Old
say
man.
what?
The old man? Or no?
No, the mysterious dude who can kick butt at the fight club.
Yeah.
Is that who you're talking
Yeah.
about?
He was old, right?
Yeah, he
He's
had like mostly gray hair with like a little black, sort of long gray-black hair.
Doesn't mean he's old. Some people go gray early.
I think that specifically, well, there was a weirdness to it. You definitely caught a vibe of old, for sure.
Okay.
Older.
Is it Master Roshi?
Yeah, I was just about to ask that.
He's not quite that old.
Actually, I was thinking more of oh god, the rat from Teenage Mutant Ninja Splinter.
Yes. Also, he's a giant rat.
He's a giant rat. Monk. Giant rat monk.
So how do you want to broach the subject?
I guess I would probably broach it in terms of like the fights that have been happening and that I'd heard some rumors about, you know, a guy that I should watch fight who was cleaning house and try and describe him as best I could.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's been in here a couple of times. He only started showing up in like the last few months. You know, we're a little light on the paperwork here.
Yes,
So I don't even know. And he looks over at Banner and says, "Do we even have like a name for that guy?" And I'm not even going to make you roll for it. All three of you catch. Banner has been very loud in all of these conversations so far. As soon as this topic comes up, Banner kind of like switches, not entirely off, but like his volume was like 115%, and he's down to like 20%. And there is a very, very faint green gold flicker, which Tyler is oblivious to. Tyler's just like, dude. And Banner says, you should, I think Maine has the papers. And Tyler's like, yeah, that makes sense. Are you all right, man? Yeah. Yes. He sits down
have a
and
potato skin.
he just like glomps it. Like there's not even like a chewing motion. It just like
Inhales it.
yeah. And
I figured changing the subject might be helpful for him.
he sits down and sort of rests his hand. You see there's a big horned helmet. Which, again, Auric, this is... You recognize, like, this isn't like... This is an homage to the head of the Wild Hunt. Mm-hmm. He is known for his big, glorious antlers. And you wouldn't say the name out loud, but his name is Hearn. And his antlers aren't part of his helmet. They are real. But these seem to be affixed to the helmet. But putting his hand on it kind of like seems to reassure him somehow. While you all are talking, this fight's sort of still going on. It seems like it's heading towards a close. This halfling is just much, much faster than this human woman. And is really just sort of dancing circles around her. Just these huge, like, battle, like war cries as she just like, and then she like jumps to the side. And honestly, you would think that this woman would have gone down by now. She's been getting hit a lot. But give me a perception check. Lexi with advantage.
Woo, 3.
Or
Yikes. What is it with you all in
19.
non-combat roles? All right.
Lexi almost got a 20. I think that counteracts both of us.
Yeah.
It's true.
So, yeah, I don't even know. Maybe Auric and Cyrus literally just don't see this. Not that you don't notice, but that you don't see. Lexi, you are starting to notice every time this girl punches this little halfling woman, the human woman, she's in sort of like a tight defensive stance. But every time she gets punched, there's a burst of like white sparks.
Sounds like some hero light.
Cyrus will definitely ask either Banner or Tyler, either one, like if he's both curious, is it just kind of brawling? And is it just one-on-one?
We do a little bit of everything. The one-on-ones seem to be more like dramatic, Yeah, a lot of folks, they like to brawl, but we're, especially for like the big fights where, a lot of folks in here, like if you stabbed them, they would die, which I guess is normal. But when that's less of an issue, we get a little more flexible. There's some folks got a little bit of that, healing vibe going on. So, and I thought I would throw this out here. I have stat blocks for Tyler, for Leon, and for a mysterious third figure. So if one or none of you wants to sort of fight club it as your own character, you can fight club as one of these.
Yeah, I definitely might be doing that.
I mean, Auric is definitely not going to be in the fight because the only way I fight would burn the whole place down.
Yeah, please don't.
I see a lot of wood.
So I think what we'll do is we'll kind of bounce back and forth. So with that being said, is everyone going to take one of the other characters?
And I definitely will.
Yeah, I think Cyrus, like if Cyrus might be interested in doing like a 2v2 with Lexi. But definitely not a one-on-one. Although Cyrus also wants to go chat with Maine for a second.
So what we'll do is, I think we'll alternate back and forth between letting you all sort of run one of the brawls and you all sort of talking out in the crowd.
Okay.
So what I'm going to have you all do is everyone roll, everyone just give me a flat D20.
Wait, how did you get a 23 on a flat D20?
Yeah, you accidentally hit 2 D20.
I accidentally rolled 2 die.
Well, we'll take your first one, though, because it was a good roll. All right, Lexi, give me a D20 luck check.
Okay. Three.
All right. In that case, Cyrus, you get to pick first. Would you rather run Tyler's block, Leon's stat block, or the mysterious third fighter whose name you will have to keep to yourself?
I'm going third fighter.
All right.
Oh.
I will send it to you.
You could always hook me with the secret.
Let's see. Did it let you open that?
Yes.
Okay. So keep the name to yourself. That
Is
stat
it
block.
Vela?
That stat block is for the third figure whose token I have not dropped on that upper platform yet. But they are hanging out on one of the couches. All right. Auric, you got the next roll. Would you rather have Tyler or Leon?
Oh, Leon just seems like so much fun. I'll play as Leon.
All right.
I feel like it's only appropriate that Lexi has plays as Tyler.
All right. Leon is being sent to Joe.
Are you sending it again?
Messenger.
Okay.
Because I didn't want the rest of you all to click on the mysterious third figure.
Right. Entirely fair.
Totally fair.
This is where I went a little overboard in my prepping. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and do a gentle round of brawling, and since Lexi got last pick, I'll let you pick who's gonna fight first of these three.
Oh, let's have Leon go first.
Woo! Party.
All right. So this is sort of like these are sort of like previous champions. So the rest of them are fighting for like a smaller pot. But let's see if I can give you, yeah. So Auric, see if you can move that giant Leon.
I can indeed.
All right. I'm just gonna have to do this on paper, I guess. There's no good way to tell it that none of you are in the fight.
Oh.
The encounter builder doesn't like that. It's like, no. So I think Leon's first fight to The two elven men go out there. And they are going to fight together.
Good.
Oops, I guess I should put you all in the actual corners. So there's not even really like an announcer per se. It's really more just like Tyler or Banner walks out to the edge and is like, all right, now these people fight. And everyone goes, yeah! As you all are sort of making your way around, as Cyrus goes off to talk to Maine, this fight begins. Leon is in one corner. Leon is just, sort of hulking. He's sitting on this stool that's made for like a big human, but it's just like dwarfing it. And the two elven men are on the opposite side, waiting for this fight to start and kind of standing there sort of eyeing him, trying to get a feel. And I'm going to have... I'll say everybody roll initiative. Nope, I'm going to have Leon roll for initiative.
Of all the things that I can't find on this stat sheet, that is the one.
Oh, it'll just be the dexterity.
Oh, perfect. Let's see. All right, I rolled an 8. So his dexterity is +0.
Do I not just have a roller? There we go. All right. Well, first one got a 5.
Perfect.
Next one got an 18.
All right.
Doing this old school. So 5. And what did Leon get?
An 8.
An 8. All right. So the crowd is cheering and chanting, and the guy with the long hair is up first, and he just lightning fast just leaps across the space and is just going to go right for you. And he's going to open up with some unarmed strikes. That's a 20, a 7, and a 23 to hit.
20, a 7, and a 23.
Yep.
All 3 hit.
A 7 hits?
Oh, wait, no. Derp. The 7 does not hit.
I was like, wait, what? What did I do to his stat block? All right. So we'll do the first one first.
I can brain.
Oh, I should definitely have done these one by one, but that's okay. First one does 4 points of bludgeoning damage. You need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity save. That's going to be a +0. I got a 15.
15 will do it. So the first, it looks like it's going to be a punch, and then he like does this weird like Capora spin and somehow comes out kicking at one of your legs, but it just tree trunk Leon leg and is ineffective.
You said it was 4 damage, right?
Yep, and the third hit is 6 damage.
So I think Leon has resistance, so that makes it 2 and 3.
Yep. All right, it is Leon's turn.
All right, well, with this guy right on top of me, I think I'll be nice and I won't bite. This is a friendly fight. So let's get some claw action in there. That's a 27 to hit.
Yeah, that'll probably hit. So that is
15 damage.
Jeez. That is a substantial blow.
And then I'll do it again. Oh, I rolled 2d20 by mistake. It's a 24 to hit, not a 35.
24 will hit.
And that one is only 9 damage.
All right.
And I think Leon is content to just stay right here if they're going to come to me.
All right. Yeah, so speaking of, the other one repeats the motion and kind of gets out to the side and is also going to attack. That is a 20 to hit.
That does hit.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. 14.
You just barely resist. So you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
I take 2.
Next hit. 18 to hit.
That does hit.
Go ahead and give me another con save.
That was a 22 look.
That'll do it. 4 more points of damage.
2 more points of damage.
And last attack. Only 9. Probably ain't going to do it.
Ain't gonna do it.
All right. That puts us back at the top with the other martial artist. They're sort of trying to like pull your focus to either side. And make sure that you can't quite focus on one or the other. So it's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
That is 7 points of damage. Go ahead and give me a dex save.
Dex save is 7.
You are knocked prone.
Oh no.
So he's going to roll this next one with advantage. He got a 15 and a 1 on the die. So that's going to be another hit.
Yep. 15 is my armor.
11 damage.
5 damage.
And the last one. 18 to hit.
Yep.
Whoops, I should roll twice. These guys desperately need criticals. Uh, 10 more damage.
Oh no. I'm down to double digits.
And it's your turn.
It's a move action to stand up, right? Sorry, say again.
I gotta quit doing that. It's half your movement.
Half movement. Guess I might as well stand up.
Whoa.
I'm going to try this force strike on the one that just tripped me.
All right, go for it.
12.
Oh no.
12 is not going to do it.
Still uses the attack, though. I now have to start recharging.
Mm-hmm.
Frustrated Leon is going to backhand with the claw.
All right, roll it.
Frustrated Leon is too frustrated to hit because that's an 11.
That is not going to do it. So it is the second one's turn. And they're going to attack. 22 to hit.
Yep.
And go ahead and give me that con save.
Okay, sure. 17.
8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Becomes 4 points.
20 to hit.
Yep.
Go ahead and give me another con save. 4 points of bludgeoning.
11.
You are stunned.
Damn,
Yikes.
Leon.
So, at first this is all sort of fun and games. Like, you have this sort of Fae vitality that just, they're just not even really getting through, and they know it. Like, Leon is of a slightly higher sort of order of Fae, and they're just not even able to sort of push through this vitality. And actually, I think the way that you get stunned here is there's this sort of flurry coming at you from one side, and as you look the other way to try and get some paws in front of you, the other one leans back and kicks you, and you hit the bars behind you. And you, the player, will be surprised to know this. Leon knew this, but was not really thinking too hard about this. The bars behind you, some of them are iron. This is like an intentionally dangerous vibe. So you are stunned. And he's going to make his last attack. Oops. And that is 21 to hit.
Yep.
And 7 points damage. All right. That's your turn. You are stunned. And you come out of it at the bottom of your turn, probably. Oh, no. At the end of their next turn.
Oh, fun.
Brutal.
So 6 more attacks against me.
Yep.
Wait, so I do at least get to recharge because that's not an action, right?
Yes.
It recharges.
Hit. Awesome. The other one gets 2 hits. For 8 and for 4.
So for 4 and for 2.
The crowd is getting kind of agitated because it's like, whoa, these guys might actually stand a chance against Leon. It's 2 versus 1, but that's actually still kind of impressive.
Yeah.
All right. I think it is your turn.
Okay.
You are no longer stunned.
No longer stunned. Newly annoyed at a different one. Trying the force strike again on the one that stunned me.
All right.
And that'll be a 20 to hit. Dirty 20.
That'll hit.
So that will be 17 points of force damage.
Ooh.
And a constitution save, please.
He gets a 19. But he is
succeeds.
very hurt.
So Leon's a bit annoyed and is going to bite.
All right.
The teeth are coming out now. I accidentally rolled 2 dice again. So
Stop that.
a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
So 2d10 plus. All right, so 16 damage.
That guy goes down. Just that combo. I think in this melee, it's almost more like it's like a headbutt that happens to have some teeth in it. You catch him with just this big, Leon has these hand wraps, and as you punch with this paw, it's almost like open hand, just boom. It's like getting hit with 3 bricks wrapped in a pillow. This big fuzzy paw just transfers all this force, and this person just is out. Oops, shouldn't have done that. They'll be deposited unconscious elsewhere on the map. That one is down. The other one sees that happen and is just like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. And picks his friend up. And they are going to head off towards some backstage area. The crowd is cheering. You see a couple folks who are like, yeah, they did all right. Honestly, that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. I feel like before they leave, Leon puts out a big meaty paw for a handshake on the conscious one.
The guy grins. It's all sort of in good spirits here and shakes the giant paw. All right. Does anyone else want to go ahead and probably our last thing tonight? We'll go ahead and do another fight.
All right, for dramatics, who should go next? Oh, Cyrus just said BRB.
Oh, that was a while ago.
Oh, that was a while ago. I just saw it because I had this minimized while I was trying to move some other stuff around. I was gonna say, for dramatic effect, should Tyler go next or a mysterious person go next?
Save mystery fighter for next week.
Save mystery fighter for next week.
I think so.
That was what I was thinking.
Make us stew on dramatic reveal for a full week.
Stew on dramatic reveal.
All right. In that case, Cyrus is off talking to Maine. What are Lexi and Auric doing?
Honestly, I think Auric is probably placing bets.
All right. Who are you? I would say the odds. These fights are not these exhibition matches. These are just like chances, basically, for like newbies to earn some street cred by lasting 2 rounds against Leon, kind of things.
Yeah. The odds against Leon are you get your money back if you bet on Leon.
Yeah. If y'all want to actually gamble some gold on some of those sub rounds, we'll message a bit and do those between. So as you all are sort of doing that, Tyler is really like focused on the fight. It's like, yeah. And Maine, you all notice Cyrus is like interrupting your conversation and is like, and finally like Banner nudges him and Tyler's like, wait, what? Oh, hey, I'm up. And just,
Yep.
Hulk Super Mario jumps and lands just very like daintily pretty close to the gate and lets himself in and goes over to a corner. This is going to be a much more dramatic fight. One of the ogres comes in.
Oh, God.
So for my own sanity, what I'm going to do...
I was gonna say, but Tyler's really excited about that. Even if he gets pummeled to practically death, he's going to love every moment of it.
There we go. For the sake of my sanity, I am making like a little fight to track initiative and health. All right. Let's go ahead and roll initiative for Tyler.
Okay. I missed some of that. So what do I need to do to operate that?
I was just using my own
You were
dice.
using your own dice? Okay.
Some of them should let you roll. I don't always understand why the dice rolling does or doesn't work.
Yeah. I mean, if you just want to roll it on your dice on
That's kind of what I was
Beyond and then
figuring.
just do the math in your own head.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was figuring I was going to do. All right,
So if he doesn't have a bonus listed, initiative will just be plus dexterity.
Plus dexterity. Okay, so what did I just roll there? So that'll be a 5.
All right. So everybody gets pumped. this ogre looks like they're probably of the same type of fae as the one upstairs. So again, not like this is a very intelligent looking person, just absurdly muscular and huge. And the crowd starts chanting, "Thark, Thark, Thark, Thark," and he like, "Yeah!"
Why do I feel like Tyler's also chanting Thark, Thark, Thark?
Yes, it's very possible.
That's exactly Tyler.
So Thark is going to come right out of the gate, and just run forward and smack with his giant fists. And I can actually use my roller now. Oof, only a 10 on the first one.
Oh, nope.
22 on the second.
All right, that will hit.
That is 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. I guess they need to keep.
Oh, go to your token on Roll20.
Yeah. My token?
Yeah, no, your Tyler's token.
Tyler's token.
I've also got it. I'm also tracking over here too. You're at 138 of 150. That's part of why I did this, so it's less ridiculous. And it's Tyler's turn.
I'll show you later.
Okay. Let's see. What was Tyler gonna do? Tyler is gonna do. I guess he's just gonna multi-attack because this is an unarmed fight, isn't it?
He can pretty much use whatever.
Okay.
Basically the bottom half of his stat block doesn't kick in until he hits 0 hit points.
Okay. Okay.
That's the easiest.
I was just looking at his actions.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah, he can use the other thing too if you want.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna start with multi-attack. So that's 3 attacks. So let's see. I guess could I do 3 at once? Just 3 dice at once to kind of.
You'll have to like separate them out and add them.
Okay.
It might be
then
easier
I will
just do them in
roll it
sequence.
Yeah, I'll just do it one at a time. Oh, well, that was a nat 20 on the first one.
Jeez.
Welp.
So let's see. So what would his bonus be? It's just multi-attack.
That'll be you're doing 3 haymakers basically.
Oh, I'm doing 3 haymakers basically?
Yeah.
Oh, brain. Turp. Okay, so it's 13. My brain is just so tired right now.
So if you got a crit on that first one, it's going to be 4d8 plus 4.
4d8 plus 4. Okay.
Yep. And I'm going to have him roll with disadvantage just because that feels right.
Okay.
And it fails. The ogre Thark is stunned on the first hit.
All right. So then
4d8 plus 4.
48 plus 4 is 36.
You do notice.
You want me to roll it. God bless it, Rachel. You're so tired. As you're trying to do math.
You do notice in this case, much like you just saw as they sort of helplessly tried to pummel on Leon, the ogre doesn't take as much damage as you would expect. It's only going to take half of that.
Okay. So 18.
But
So
that's
22.
only your first hit. Did you roll the second one with advantage?
The second one, what? I'm sorry.
So your second and third hit will be with advantage.
I haven't done those yet.
That's the damage.
That's the damage.
Oh, I thought you said the damage was 36.
No, I did math instead. I counted math instead of rolling because brain.
All right. So what was the damage?
The damage was 22.
All right. He going to take 11.
Okay. All right, so now I'm going to do the second hit. And you said that's with advantage?
Yes. So you'll have advantage on the second and third.
Okay. So for that, I should probably double them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it'll still tell you the sum though.
Oh, it will. Well, I can see them. So I rolled an 8.
With
Plus.
advantage?
Yes, I rolled a
Plus.
1 and I rolled an 8.
Jeez.
Plus the attack bonus.
Plus the attack bonus. Sorry, give me a hot second. I'm back. I have to back and forth here.
You actually still hit. Thark is
Okay.
not wearing armor. Thark is just kind of a bulky creature.
Okay. It's plus 7 to hit. So, yeah.
Let's go ahead and give me 2d8 plus 4.
So 2d8 plus 4. Okay. All right. 8 plus 4, so 12 points.
All right, 6 more, and go ahead and roll 1 more attack.
Okay. With advantage?
Yes.
Seventeen plus 7 is 24. Yes, 24. I can do math in my head, you guys. At almost 10 p.m.
Yep, that'll definitely hit.
Okay. And so then that's 2d8 plus 4. I can find a d8. Uh, 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. All right, that is going to be 4.
Okay.
But it's stunned, so it's still your turn.
Oh, fun.
So that's 3 more attacks with advantage.
All right.
3 more with advantage. Hang on.
What?
Go back to your
To my page?
yes. When you roll,
Yes.
so do 1d20 and then see that arrow down there.
Uh-huh.
Never mind. I thought that would give you the option to do it with advantage.
No, it's just who I sent it to.
Never mind. Trying to be helpful.
All right, let's roll again. That's a 19 plus 7 to hit.
That'll hit.
So that'll hit. 9 plus 4 is 13.
All right, 13 more. So it's going to be 6.
And the advantage was because I'd rolled a
It's
crit.
because he's stunned.
No, yeah,
Oh,
you
'cause he's
stunned
stunned.
him. You that first hit Tyler just came out of the gate and went boom.
Okay.
And
okay.
just rocked Thark's world.
Okay.
Thark
So
is
I
like
still have advantage.
swaying.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Not that a 19 really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Tyler's just smiling and laughing and just boom, boom, boom.
That's a 7, so that's a 14. And let's see what my other one is. 14 and 10. I have 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
Ten points of damage.
All right. It is hurt. I don't know why I said it's hurt. It's a little hurt. It's still
It's
a
a
big,
little hurt.
sturdy creature.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Third roll here. Oh, man, that was almost an 18. All right. Let's try it again. Roll. 13 plus 7 is 20.
That'll hit.
30, 20. Two. $13 points of damage.
All right. So, what you all are seeing from the crowd is this thing runs out and it Thark punches Tyler once. Tyler just and then turns back bloody smile, just huge smile, laughs, and just punches Thark right back in the face. And Thark just Tyler just keeps I think Tyler grabs Thark's like chest piece, slams him into the bars, and just
Yo.
Lexi, you've seen this fight before. Only against humans, but like Tyler is having way too much fun.
This is how Tyler fights. This is normal.
So Thark is getting his senses back a little bit, and is going to try and sort of get his feet back under him and make some attacks.
Okay.
15 to hit, which will hit.
Yep.
12 points of damage.
Okay.
And a 14 to hit, which will not. And then it's back to Tyler's turn.
All right. Do some more slap punching around. Yo, that's a 10.
Oh.
10 ain't gonna do it. Thark surprisingly, like, almost sort of staggers out of the way and comes back up like, come on, bring it. Spits blood.
All right, let's see. Second one is 11.
11 does not hit. Thark gets like a big meaty forearm up and like takes it on the arm.
I was just kind of reeling from that last hit.
Oh, I just rolled a nat one. Man, Tyler, honey.
All right. Thark sees an opportunity to take the advantage.
Yep,
Gets a 16 to hit
that'll do.
and a 15 to hit.
Okay, yep, both hit.
14 damage and 12 damage.
Okay.
I don't know why I was staring at it like you were going to adjust the hit points for me.
Yeah, sorry. Can't do that.
Are you also tracking on your end?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You're at 112 of 150 from what I've got.
Okay, I'm at 112 of 150.
Yep.
Okay, I will start tracking it.
I just wanted to double check myself. All right, that's the werebear's that's Thark's turn, and it is Tyler's turn.
Okay. All right. That is 11 plus 7 is 18.
That'll hit.
Okay. $14 damage.
All right. It'll take 7.
Okay. 18 plus 7 to hit. So
That'll hit.
That'll definitely hit. I don't even have to count. Uh, 12 points of damage.
All right. You all see Thark is swaying pretty badly now.
He's rough up.
Was that all 3 attacks?
No, I'm doing my third one right now.
Jeez. All right.
Which is not gonna hit because I just rolled a 4, so that's 11 points. So
Y'all's D20s have been brutal tonight.
I know.
Thark swings back 24 and a 22. Even though these swings are slow, they're just so freaking hard. That's 23 points of damage total.
Okay.
And it is Tyler's turn again.
Okay. Um, 6 plus 7 is 11.
Wait, 6 plus
Right?
7? 13.
6 plus 7 is 13.
And that
Math.
will hit. That will hit.
Okay, that will hit. All right, and that's plus 4, so 8.
All right. So 4 more points. Keep on swinging.
I am. All right, 16 plus 7 to hit. So that's definitely going to hit.
Yep.
And that is 14 points of damage.
All right. It'll take 7. Thark is like...
Yeah. All right, and this is my final attack. 12 plus 7, so 19 to hit. And 9 points of damage.
All right. And with that, Thark like... and just coughs up like opalescent blood.
Lovely.
And Lexi, you would have noticed this. At first, like Tyler was hitting very hard, but there wasn't anything unusual about it per se. And then the longer that fight went on, you started seeing those sparks again. Every time Tyler hit, the sparks were bigger. And it was almost like the sparks were starting to wear Thark down in a way that just the punches weren't as much.
Okay.
And with that, Thark bows out and goes and collapses on one of the benches. And I think we will leave off with the mysterious sort of scraggly-looking humanoid man entering the ring and squaring up. Let me look at my list here. And squaring up with one of the human women.
Okay.
Well, no, that's not going to be right. Actually, he squares up with the Fire Genasi woman.
Okay.
She looks like half-cooled magma, wearing like a sports bra and like basketball shorts. And that's where we'll leave. If y'all want to bet some gold, we'll do sort of a group message, and we'll pick up here next time.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Peace.
Good night.
Peace.
Recording stopped.